I'm Chantelle.
Hi, I'm Steve.
Thank you so much for joining us to talk about making illuminated dioramas and box lanterns for lantern parades. So we are parading in place this year, being that large gatherings are a bad idea because of the virus. But we're not just going to cancel our parades. We're going to parade in place. So what is parading in place? Well, it's where everyone's invited to participate by bringing their lanterns out to their porches, their balconies, their yards, and their windows for the whole weekend of Lantern Parade weekend. So then we have the whole weekend to walk and bike and drive around and get our lantern love fix. So if you're familiar with our traditional parades, you know that everyone is always invited to make a lantern and be part of the parade. And the best part of the parade is seeing all the different lanterns that people make. I believe we have a common calling to delight one another, and Lantern Parade is a place to answer that call. It is a tradition of collective joy, and I believe that we need it now more than ever. So thank you for being part of it. So about these box lanterns and illuminated dioramas, we mean to spend our time together sharing the ones that we've made with you and our ideas about making it and some tips and tricks, and you can collect ideas and then go make your own. All right, so Steve, can you tell us about your lantern and how you thought about it?
Yes, as soon as Chantelle mentioned box dioramas to me, I, of course, thought about the 1972 documentary film Godzilla on Monster Island. And made a few monsters and some trees.
Excellent. Well, I made a few of them. So this one is, well, here's two little ones I got going on here. I think they're funny stacked up, honestly. So this one is just a little teeny story. It's a story about there being ice cream sandwiches in the freezer and sitting outside and remembering that there are ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. And then this one was just a funny pizza box, and I cut out its mustachioed mouth and face and thought it would be funny if it was eating a tiny whale. And then I have a bigger one. Come see it over here. Doesn't move well. So for this one, I thought of the Sandy Springs Lantern Parade. Take it to the river where we float the lanterns in the river, and they're controlled by paddle boarders, and it's the coolest thing ever. I'm sad that we're not doing that this year, but I wanted to make a diorama about it. So I drew our band, the Black Sheep Ensemble, and the Flying Pig Ensemble, and I might have a few other things I need to add. So the materials are stuff that you probably have around your house. Steve, what did you use to make yours?
Well, for my diorama, for the main figures, I used mostly thick paper, cardstock, and just taped some cardboard on the back for stands. And just use magic markers and pens and pencils and a googly eye for Godzilla. And for Gigon, it's very much similar thing. So there's Gigon, and on the back I just used a lot of masking tape and cardboard. And on the inside, I put trees like this with little cardboard stands and masking tape. And the trees are from just a lottery set that I had sitting around. And just use the tap light to illuminate it from the corner.
Yeah, so whatever lights you happen to have around, you can make work one way or another. So for my little person, my big person eating a whale, that light is a little submersible light that I glued like a binder clip to and stuck it in there. And then the texture, I like balled up some red paper and made it around, crunched it up and then made it around the box. And I think its texture is pretty cool. For the ice cream sandwiches, I I chopped up a ice cream sandwich box, and its light just got away from me. But it's also a little tap light, and I made a little stand for it because it wouldn't fit in there very well. So I made a little spot for it to sit just outside and spotlight it. And I had a really good time eating the ice cream sandwiches, obviously. And then finding all the ones that were on the box to cut up and decorate it with. That was a delicious good time. For the cutting up the cardboard boxes, making like little windows in them, your worst serrated edge kitchen knife that you have in your kitchen is the best cardboard cutting tool, in my opinion. You use it like a little teeny saw, and you can make curves, and it's just much easier than dealing with a box knife, in my opinion. You don't have to worry about razor blades and changing them out. So that's a good tool.
Will you trim my bangs, Chantelle?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm afraid to, but I love you, and of course I will.
Thank you.
Don't know that I can promise how that'll go. So for this one, I used a set of string lights that I had. You could have Christmas lights around. You could definitely make that work. And the figures are on here. Let me show you my cat. It's a little better. This is Rex, and he's just like all the other figures. I drew him, I colored it, and then made a little cardboard stand for him. And the thicker paper is like the stuff food comes in. Like that's a pizza box, and those figures are on a coffee filter box. So I drew it, colored it, glued it to the pizza box, and then you can cut it out with scissors. So you don't really need an X-Acto blade or anything, and it makes it like a rigid thing, so you can make your own action adventure figures, which are fun. Glue stick. I glued it on with glue stick, and the background I stuck together with, I used wet glue. I used white glue and painted all over the place to stick the initial construction paper down. I had some star stickers, and I think that's all the materials, right? Clear packing tape, scotch tape, masking tape, scissors.
All the tapes?
All the tapes. I think that's it for Illuminated Dioramas, right? So let's look at these other box lanterns here. They're really easy. And if you were inspired to make a gratitude-themed lantern, it'd be a good time for it, right? So this is super simple. It's a jewelry box, and there's the opening. So I cut a window in the box, and that's a tap light, and that's a piece of printer paper that you could draw or write anything on, and it's just glued to the outside of the box. And I made these little paper angels, and I cut a little hole on top of the box so that she'll get some light. You see it, little hole in the bottom of the box with the angel, so that she'll get a little bit of light back there. So box lanterns are like super easy, and I think a lot of us are getting delivery. So the boxes are probably stacking up. The get all fancy with your box lanterns. I've started this one. I'm not sure what I'm doing with it exactly, but you can make windows on all the sides, and someday we are going to pray together again. So besides just sitting on a surface, if you make a little attachment, it's like a receiver, so a stick can slide in there, and then we can carry it around like we like to, like up in the air for a lantern parade. And those are my angel lanterns, by the way. These are available as kits, and they are keep safes. So it's for keeping safe people that you miss, and ideas. I made this one for my friends that I missed for the Decatur Lantern Parade, and I love you guys. I think that's it.
I think so. Yes, I miss everyone, and I look forward to the day when we can all get together and parade together again.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, have fun making illuminated dioramas and box lanterns, and we will be in the neighborhood checking them out.